Welcome back to Say No to Lashon Hara, day 59. This entire series is being done as a zechut for the continued health of Chana Bat Simafega. And if you'd like to sponsor one of these episodes on the podcast, please send us an email at shlomo@wearechazak.com. The Chafetz Chaim asks, why is it that we shouldn't believe somebody? They've come and they've spoken to us and they've told us these negative things about somebody. Why shouldn't we believe those things to be true? And he answers a novel answer. When someone comes and speaks negatively about somebody, then they effectively, assuming that the person is a good person, have spoken Lashon Hara about someone. They've spoken negatively, wickedly about somebody that we assume or we know to be not wicked. And if that's the case, why should I believe this man is correct about the other person instead of believing that the other person is still a good guy and this guy who's told me this information is actually the wicked one, a person who's willing to speak wicked speech? Now, since this Lashon Hara is not being said for a purpose, therefore automatically the person, even if it was true, is a person who speaks wicked speech. He is a Rasha of wicked speech. And if that's the case, then we suddenly are faced with a fascinating, cascading effect. If I can't believe one wicked person telling me negative things about a Jew that I know to be upstanding and good, then what happens if two people come and tell me that information? You might think, well, now there's two people, so one person doesn't have trustworthiness, he's not Ne'eman, but all of Judaism is instituted when two people come and bear witness against somebody, and we know that they're telling the truth because it's two witnesses. In a case of monetary results or ramifications, in a case of a murder charge, we always believe two witnesses. Al pi shnayim edim yakum davar. By the word of two witnesses shall a matter be stood up on its truth. So if two people come and tell me the Lashon Hara, I might think that I could believe it. Says the Chafetz Chaim, that's not true. You know why? Because the same way that one person who said, gives us the opportunity to say that he's a wicked person, and the person I know to be good, I keep in his cheskat kashrut, in my assumption of his purity, of his correct living standards. So now that you just added another wicked person, one wicked person to another wicked person doesn't make the claim any more believable. Fascinating cascading effect. What if there's 10 people that are telling me this? Still says the Chafetz Chaim, now you have 10 wicked people telling you something. None of them has ne'emanut, and 1 times 0 is 0, and 10 times 0 is 0. So therefore the numbers actually don't matter. So why is it that two people in a bet din are believed? If in this case we're saying that two people doesn't automatically mean that you're trustworthy. The Chafetz Chaim says brilliantly that when two witnesses are in court, if they say something that's not true, they stand to be punished by Bet Din establishing that they're false witnesses. So since when a person says testimony in a court of law, what you say can and will be held against you, in the court of public opinion, it doesn't really work that way. So since there's no threat keeping me honest, the fact that there's two not in a court of law is not the same as the trustworthiness of two people in an actual court case in front of the Bet Din. So one person, two people, 10 people, in all cases, I'm not allowed to believe the Lashon Hara. I'm allowed to protect myself, as we've said many times, but not allowed to believe that it's actually true. What if it's not 1, 2, or 10 people saying it? What if it's a rumor that's spreading through the whole town? What if it's in the media? What if it's in the newspapers? What would the halacha be then? I actually remember a case just like this in my personal life, where I called another rabbi after a newspaper story broke about somebody, and he said, you're not allowed to believe it. Why would we believe the newspapers if we wouldn't believe a single individual standing right in front of us? Just because he wrote it down far away makes it more believable than the fact that he said it directly to me? You're not allowed to believe it. You should treat the person exactly as if you had not seen a negative article in the first place. Would I be allowed to protect myself? Absolutely. Again, if the article claims he's a thief, I don't have to invest money with him. I don't have to, take him as a partner in business. But to assume that it's true, to act based on the fact that it's true, I'm not allowed to do. So when would one be allowed to believe swirling rumors about somebody? The halakha tells us that all of this is true because we assume that the person in front of us is a good person. Now 1, 2, 10 people, newspaper articles, rumors are trying to change what we know How do we know to trust that versus what we know? However, if rumor after rumor about sin after sin is being spread by many people about the same person, day one, you're hearing rumors about the fact that the person pretends to keep Shabbat and doesn't. Then you hear that he pretends to keep kosher, and lots of people are telling you that they heard, or lots of people are talking in the city about the fact that they've seen him eat not kosher. Then you hear that the person is a not nice person, or steals, or is dishonest in his business. As rumor after rumor piles up on many different levels from many different people, says the Chafetz Chaim, at that point, we have no obligation to think that the community, all these countless people, are making mistakes and or are wicked with their speech, time and time again, with many different claims, all against the same person. At that point, the pre-existing knowledge of that person as a unflawed, clean individual are now being challenged. And at this point, I'm allowed to believe what's being said in this town.